Hey, you guys. Ooh, my voice. Hold on, let me see what I'm going to do with this light. Who is that in there, babe?
Huh?
Who is that?
Bobby and Kate.
Oh, okay. Hey, everyone. Give me just a second. Oh, y'all, I'm messing with this light. Sean has this light lamp thing that is also a charger, and I'm trying to charge my phone. Can you guys hear me? Let me. Hey. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Hey, Francesca. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Willow. My throat is sore, you guys. I know, like my throat is sore. It's been hurting all day.
Got the COVID.
I don't have the COVID. I have the sore throat. Hey. Yeah. So I go to the doctor Monday. Now that's to have like that pulmonary. I'm not even going to my doctor's office. I'm going to the hospital to have that done. But I had to take Dakota back to the doctor today, and I asked to be referred to a new what do they call it? Urologist. So, but I'm kind of devastated because the doctor told me that he's more than likely going to have surgery again, and I'm not happy about that. But if it fixes his problem, then I get, man, I'm devastated. I do not want him to have surgery. Thank you. What you doing, babe?
My headset's dead. I have to plug it off.
Oh, okay. That's true, classy mom. I've been in the doctor's office so much lately, I probably caught something.
Yeah,
that's true.
You might have COVID because
I don't have
we're
COVID.
young. We're young, right? Well, we used to be young, but we're not old.
We used to be young.
Yeah, we were young at one time, so it probably won't affect us. No, for real though. I think younger people might not show any symptoms at all, or just like little symptoms. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying?
I think it's different for everybody.
Yeah, it's different for everybody, but a lot of younger people, that's the whole thing, like a lot of younger people don't.
I mean, I don't consider myself to be old. I consider myself to be kind of younger, and it kicked my butt. Like, we didn't get checked for COVID because when we got sick, it was before we knew that COVID was here. But it was definitely, and it kicked our butts.
Yeah, you think that's definitely what it was?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's what it was. I remember my sense of smell went away. My sense of taste went away.
Yeah, I remember I couldn't breathe, but if that's what it was, it wasn't. It was bad, but it wasn't nowhere near like.
I don't have a fever. They're not going to test me. I mean, they tell you, like, back when it was like bad. Literally, nurses would say, don't even go get tested unless you have fever. I'm positive I already had COVID, but I go to the doctor Monday anyways. I mean, I was at the doctor's office today, but that was for my son.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was, but I'm not positive. But I mean, nothing else really makes me sick. That's sick. So
yeah,
I never get that sick. So it probably was.
I think it's just, maybe it's like allergies or something, because it's just the sore throat. Just a sore throat. So that chick, and now I'm going to toothache too. Today I woke up like toothache, sore throat. I'm like, Ma, God. I hope you're not getting the other variant. Did you get the vaccine? No, I hope not either. As far as I know, nobody around here has the other variant, though. As far as I know, we should have hit tea with honey. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. I'm probably going to drink a little bit of honey, and what always is like a hot toddy. What do they call it? Hey, Amber. I'm drinking a cold drink now, which it kind of, only because I really like these coffees, but it kind of doesn't, I don't know. After I took Dakota to the doctor today, we went and got something to eat. And what I was eating like burned it though. Because I was eating like chips and salsa and it like burned it as it was going down. I was like, ugh. Yeah, I'm like pretty positive we had it last year. I'm gonna have to stop drinking this because it's kind of making my tooth hurt. Hey, Tiffany Marie. So my daddy does dark liquor, peppermint, and lemon and warms it up. yeah. So, oh, it's not charging. Whiskey and honey. I'm not a drinker, but if it'll make my throat feel better, I'll take a shot of whiskey and honey. Ah, I'm trying to get this charger thing to charge my phone. I give up. So, yeah. The variant has reached Nebraska. I don't think it's reached here yet. I haven't heard of anyone. Go to Starbucks and ask for a medicine ball. It helps so much. Really? We don't have a Starbucks here. I wish we did. I wish we had a Starbucks here. We have to buy our little drinks from Walmart. I don't even know if they sell these at Starbucks, but our closest Starbucks is over an hour away. But I might drive to go get one. You know, it always gets worse at night. And Sean has to sleep. You guys, Sean loves for the house to be freezing. And I don't like cold weather at all. At all. I hate the cold weather. But Sean, thank you so much, Francesca, for the super sticker. I appreciate that so much. I'm going to study for people who had it to see if the longevity of the antibodies, and I can get the vaccine to be in it. And I can't get the vaccine to be in it. You could probably look up the recipe on Pinterest and make your own. That sounds like, I really think it's probably just allergies. I haven't had fever. I haven't had a cough. My nose hasn't been runny. So I think it's just, I need a straw for this. I like Starbucks. I really do. Babe, what was that drink we used to drink at Starbucks?
Milk chai or like chai latte or something.
I don't know, but it was so good. Yeah. And we actually bought like a bunch of them.
They made chai all the time, like hot chai, which is tea, And then for Christmas, all the interpreters were sitting around, just hanging out. Man, like 3 interpreters and Cromer. We're all just chilling, right? And it was Christmas time, and we're in Afghanistan, and it sucked. So the interpreters made us like this holiday drink, which was like milk chai with some kind of like pine nuts or something in it, which was really good. And it's a lot like chai latte or whatever from Starbucks. But yeah, they drink, instead of drinking coffee and stuff over there, they drink chai a lot.
Maybe y'all should own one in y'all city. I would love for us to have a Starbucks. Me and my son was talking today, Dakota, and we've realized that our town is lacking so much. For one, we don't have a Chuck E. Cheese. We don't have a Chuck E. Cheese. If I was to win the lottery, I think I would make a Chuck E. Cheese here for the kids.
Chuck E. Cheese is kind of dying down.
No, kids love Chuck E. Cheese. Every time I went there in the past few years, they are packed.
No, okay, yeah, they're packed.
They're packed.
It's not near as good as it used to be. I wouldn't even, you say Chuck E. Cheese.
It's not for the adults because we don't see we don't see it like we used to when we were kids. But the kids, it puts a twinkle in their eye.
No, when they go. Yeah, but I don't even think it's just good for our kids. Do you not remember when Chuck E. Cheese actually had like playgrounds and slides?
No.
And you don't remember?
None of our Chuck E. Cheese ever had a playground and a slide.
Like a slide and a ball pit and all that
stuff.
Yeah,
they did. Ours did have a ball pit.
They had all that stuff when I was a kid. They had a huge jungle gym and a huge ball pit and stuff. Like Chuck E. Cheese was awesome. Now
we had a ball pit, but
stuff.
We had a ball pit, but I think there was like a snake found in it. So, I mean, the last time I took my kids, they loved it. People get shot there, Willow. Holy macarons. Oh, Deontay from Love After Lockup started a live. Let's see what he's up to.
It was you and that person that no picture, right? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Everybody want me to go live, so I'm live now. Yeah, so we're hanging out with some fans. Friends of mine. Yeah.
More dang it.
Yeah, I have not seen the episode yet.
So look at Larissa. Oh, let me cut that off. That might give me a copyright. I don't need that. So, no, I don't think they have playgrounds at Chuck E. Cheese at all. Yeah, it's just like arcades and stuff. Gary, Christina, hold on. Gary, Christina, Leah, Emily, and Gary's mom were eating where my daughter and I were this afternoon. Leah and Emily took a picture. Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. Triple BME. One of my new favorite shows is Love After Lockup. I'm really into that. Now, I did not watch it this evening, but I will. Today was such a busy day because I had to take Dakota to the doctor. And I'm not going to lie, like my heart is hurting when she told me that he's probably going to have surgery again. Like, considering he almost died last time, I'm just having a little bit of an issue trusting anyone to do that surgery again. She's sending me to a new hospital, though, a different one from where we went before. And that doctor's not even around here anyways, but I'm still stressed about it. But I'll find out. I hope maybe early next week she'll call me with the date so we can go ahead and go and find out what the deal is, if he's going to have to surgery, because I'm stressed about it. But after the doctor's appointment, we went and ate, and then we went to the grocery store, and then I come home and I had to go to a meeting for football. Me and Kaden, it was a meeting for the parents, basically, but me and Kaden went, and that lasted for a little bit. And then I had to go to Walgreens to pick up some medicine because, so Kennedy is anemic, and we tried to find multivitamins that would, that have iron in them, gummies that have iron in them, but do not have gluten and don't have sunflower oil. And we haven't been able to find any. So I had to get her a prescription of the liquid where she's going to have to drink it. I don't know how that's going to taste, but I have to go over there, and then I come back, and then the kids want to play in the pool. So I went outside and cleaned the pool out, and they got in the pool. And then when I come in, Sean was getting them ready for bed, and I hurried up and I recorded the Siesta Key recap, and I recorded a video about Teen Mom. So tonight when we get off, I'm going to be editing. I have some bloopers that I need to put up. I'm going to try to get better at putting up bloopers for the channel members and the Patreon members. So there's this one really funny one that I have that I'm going to put up tonight or tomorrow. You guys will get it. But yeah, Sean's not a big doctor going person. Hi, Rose. If you haven't watched Love After Lockup, I'm going to suggest doing it. I like it. And this is my first season. So my moderator has been watching it for a while. And Willow, I was going to say you should watch it, but you say you used to, and it makes the relationships. I think they do that on purpose. I think like I don't know if like, okay, like Stan and Lisa. So Stan is like this 80-year-old man. Lisa's like 35, and he's, worth millions, and she's been arrested 7 times. Hey, Candy, she's been arrested 7 times, so he's like all in love with her. I'll do anything for her. She's not using me. It's not possible. I think he plays that up, and I think they tell him to, like, hey, you are the ever devoted boyfriend. People are going to say this, but you just let them know, no way. This is the way we want to portray you, as the very devoted boyfriend that's just going to shoot down any claims that she's using you for your money. I don't know if I believe that Stan's really that like blind to what's going on here. I don't know. Elle Bee mixed her liquid with orange juice. I've had to take the liquid since I was little. Also, if you can get Sean to get some Manuka honey, that will help you a lot. Be beneficial. Oh, thank you. We see that the doctor did tell me. The doctor said have her drink orange juice after it because it helps. It helps. What did she say? It helps the iron do something. She helps it do something. So she did tell me that she needs to take orange juice after it, but I imagine taking it with it would be fine. How does it taste, Peach? Because I asked the doctor, I was like, so how does it taste? And she was like, I don't know. I've never drank it. So yes, it helps it absorb. That's what she said. Like last year with Sarah and her husband and his girlfriend, they got on my nerves. My dad's a doctor in general. I'm fine and respect for them, but I believe in proper studies and trials. They should be experiment free. Yeah. Yeah. Sean don't have a problem with doctors. Sean respects doctors. I mean, for the most part, the only time Sean's ever had problems with doctors, if it was warranted, like it's not that. Sean has always said he's like an old mutt. Like he rarely gets sick and nothing will kill him. So, yeah. I freaking kill germs. I've been killing germs. Is it? See, it's not that I have a problem with doctors. I just don't need them unless I really need them. Yeah. Sean's always been like, I'm an old mutt. Nothing's going to kill me. Nothing's going to make me sick. Like the only thing that gets Sean sick is like food poison. And when we had what I believe to be COVID, maybe it's strep. It could be strep. Hoot. Hey, Hoot, I haven't seen you in a while. How you been? There's a guy in prison that used to go to church with me. He started messaging me on Facebook, asked for money. I said, oh, no. I've seen too many. I know, right? Don't send them money. I've lost a lot of respect for doctors and hospitals after everything my mom went through. Most of them only care about money. Unfortunately, there are those out there. Like I've had my share fair of doctors that come in and you tell them something and it seems like they're just trying to hurry up and get you out so they can go to the next one, so they can go home, But I've also had doctors that are really attentive. They really care. They'll sit there and talk to you for 45 minutes. If you're talking, they're listening. So
you can't just tell them that I say I'm an old mutt. Like you got to explain why.
You explain why. I forgot.
Because like you ever see go to somebody's house and they got like an old 3-legged dog that's been
stabbed, shot at, poisoned
with one eye, and it done fought a daggum cougar and it's been shot and snake bit.
You can't get rid of a mutt.
Yeah, you can't. That dog will never die. It'll get hit by a car, snake bit. A cougar will dang near kill it. It'll lose an eye. It'll be walking around on 2 legs dragging its butt. And you can't get rid of a good dog. I mean, an old mutt. But if you get a good dog, it's expensive, and a real good dog, it'll get killed. You'll lose it. Somebody will steal it. So I say I'm an old mutt. Like, you can't get rid of me, I'll be hanging around with one eye and one leg. Anytime she talks about, like, if I was to die or something, I'm like, man, I ain't gonna die. I'm an old mutt.
Yeah, I'm like, one day, buddy. Hoot, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that. I just noticed that you haven't been around for a while. And used to, you was always here. I'm so sorry. I'm glad that you're doing better. What other shows do I cover besides Love After Lockup? Well, I do recaps for Love After Lockup, Siesta Key. I cover Mama June. I cover Teen Mom. I cover, what else do I cover? Willow said, haha, Sean is our mutt and we love him. True.
Everybody mutt.
I haven't been sick in 2 years because I wear my mask everywhere. That's never happened in my whole life. It really works. I haven't been sick in November. Well, we're talking about like sicknesses that like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like even with a mask, you can still pick up like the general, because some stuff is like through touch. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go to the doctor's office and everybody's wearing their.
Well, according to Dr. Fauci in his emails, he said that the mask don't work.
Yeah, I don't know. I covered the Duggars. Yes, I covered the Duggars. Let me see. Jersey Shore, Floribama Shore. I covered Seeking. Mama June. Seeking Sister Wife. I've covered a little bit of the Britney Spears situation.
Covered Chris Watts book.
Yeah, I read the Chris Watts book a while back.
Was it the Chris Watts book?
Well, no, it was letters from Chris Watts. All the Teen Mom series. And then every once in a while, I'll do like the occasional YouTube. Like I covered the Trisha Paytas and Ethan Klein bust up from their channel.
Finish that?
No, I need to put another one on.
Sonny's out. Sonny's all mud.
I'm glad you're here, Jillian. I don't really keep up with Dr. Fauci, but I from what I hear, like some emails were released where he was saying that the mask doesn't work, when I think to begin with, he was the one saying that the mask would work. Speaking of, Trish just uploaded that they filmed a new podcast, but Ethan won't shut your mouth. I swear on everything I love, if Ethan lets Trisha come back, no, he can't do that.
He will, because he's a beta.
No.
He's a beta male. He gets ran all over on that show all the time, and she trashes him and treats him like crap.
She treats him so bad. You know what? I don't know if I believe in DID, but if anybody does have it, it may be her. Because, I had to go through and like watch all the episodes because I'm taking these pieces of where she was mean to him. And it's weird because one minute she'll be nice to him and the next minute she's like a completely different person, like saying these terrible things to him. I can't. Like, she's so mean to him. He deserves, like, no. She does not deserve that. Yeah, well, she's going to get a cut of that Frenemies merch. I think that, that's probably why she's advertising it. It's because she's getting a cut of that. Mikki, do you really? Okay, somebody reached out to me and said that they know a lot, that they're either a doctor or they have it or something. I don't remember, because it was like earlier this morning when I was like trying to read the message or whatever. It may have been on my video about Nat. And they was like, reach out to me if you want to know more about it. And I thought, I do need to, like, I want to know more about it. She's agreed to not take a cut of it. Well, that's interesting considering she threw such a fit over that 5%.
Talking about DID or whatever.
Oh, well, we were talking about DID. Now we're talking about talking about Trisha.
You said a doctor reached out to you.
I don't know if it was like someone that works with.
Well, I definitely think it's real.
I've wondered if it's just like schizophrenia with borderline personality disorder.
No.
Like extreme borderline personality and schizophrenia.
No, I think, no.
That's true, Jessica. Who knows?
I'm fairly certain that, I know like a lot of like.
What are you doing, buddy?
People who've experienced a lot of abuse will break into different personalities.
Yeah.
So it's definitely real. I know a lot of abuse victims from their childhood have, not all, but some that were abused real bad have developed different personalities, stuff like that. I think it's pretty rare though.
Wrong one.
So I definitely think it's real. Yeah, I agree that it could be a coping mechanism. I definitely agree that it's a coping mechanism.
I think I spelled that wrong.
I don't think that doesn't mean that it isn't real.
It's a fight or flight thing.
If you have somebody that's abused as a child, real bad, and in order to cope with the abuse, they develop a different personality or multiple personalities. Then they did it to cope, but it doesn't take away the fact that it's real. I definitely feel like it's real.
Good night, Candy. Eleanor. Trisha is such a troll. She is. I really feel like she is. It's very sad yet fascinating what I've been learning about. The mind is an incredible system.
Yeah, it is. If you want to know about the mind, you should look into like the CIA experiments and stuff back in the day when the CIA first was developed, like some of the stuff that they did, and then also what the Germans did, what the Nazis did, because the Nazis actually used human patients where they ran like horrible experiments on Jewish people. They did it to like twins, children. They did all kind of stuff. A lot of medical advancement and a lot of our advancement today was due to experiments that the Nazis did that nobody else would do on humans, you know, because they used Jewish people.
Kay hasn't responded to me yet, but I think it's because she's I think it's because she is on vacation. As soon as she reaches out to me and lets me know, oh, also, I have got the information to fight the strike. I got all the information that I need, and I have someone that's a representative who is going to fight this strike for me. How long does it take for your video to be reviewed and come back up? I think it said it could take 7 to 10 days, maybe, like once I file or once my representative, I guess you call them, files to have it reviewed. She basically said he won't post it because he admitted some fault, just like she did. I don't believe that. Ethan has admitted fault before. Every time they've got into it before, the next time they're on, he's like, you're right, I shouldn't have done that. You're right, I shouldn't have done that. It seems like Ethan admits more fault than she does. And even in this situation, he says, like, you know, maybe I shouldn't have said some of the stuff. But the way she comes hard for people,
She don't ever admit to nothing. She makes him admit and say that he was wrong concerning everything. And he does. And then it doesn't get him anywhere.
No. And then, like, he brought Dr. What's his name? Dr. Drew on, who literally has told Ethan, like, Trisha's not going to change. So you have to change yourself so you know how to handle her. What? No. Ethan has a wife and a child, and his wife is pregnant. He does not have to subject himself to Trisha because she's got whatever going on with her. Like, Trisha may be in the family because she's with Moses and Eli are, but they have their own family and they have a right to be free. I mean, happy and free from the negativity that Trisha brings into people's lives. Trisha brings so much negativity into people's lives. Oh, 2 heart attacks, slight stroke, then came home and I got COVID. Hoot. Oh my goodness. I'm going to pray for you. Well, that's good, Mikki. I've learned to accept and love all my personalities. I've integrated them 2 years ago. How many do you have, if you don't mind me asking? Mikki, if you don't mind me asking, how many, you call them personalities? Is that what you call them? Like, you don't call them alters? Guys, my throat is, just hurting so bad. 7. Okay. And okay, if you don't mind me asking, how often does one of them come out? Like, is it a lot? Because, like, I was reading up on it and it said that, like, it was more like you were wrong and so was I. And she was like, that's why he won't post it. The minute he backs down, he doesn't want anyone to know. I feel bad for Moses. Family events will suck. That is so true. I've heard them called, they're alters. Okay. Yeah, I would love to learn more from you, Mikki. Mikki, do you have a way to like join the live? I'm just going to post the link, Mikki, if you want to come in. You don't have, if you want to. I was going to say, I can post the link to the live in the chat. And if you want to come in, you can come in and we can, maybe you can educate us on it. I don't know why I'm making some tea for myself. Sunshinery. I wish I had some tea. I hope you feel better. A sore throat is terrible. Yeah, hasn't she though? Hoot is such a warrior to go through all of that. That's a lot. The video Trisha's sister put up was not needed. It just made it worse. Okay, I'm going to share the link. Let me see if I can find the link. Invite. Copy to a clipboard. Let me see. And now, Mikki, if you click on this link, it's going to bring you in, and you have to okay your sound. But you don't have to be on camera. You can say no to your camera, but just okay to your sound, to your audio.
Hold on. I'm confused. She said that she merged them. What does that mean?
Integrate it then.
So they all.
I think so.
So she doesn't have them anymore? Did they all come together and make her personality? Or
that's a good question.
To where she only has one personality now because she said she integrated them? Well, wouldn't that mean all you have is one personality, and then that would just be your personality? I'm confused.
Maybe so.
I don't
know. I've had them for years, but didn't know until I was hospitalized in a mental institution because I was physically and mentally abused by my ex-husband. And then they had recorded, don't drink water with honey and lemon often for your throat. Drink hot water with honey and lemon for your throat. Thank you, Lori. Let's wait, Sean. Yeah. I'm going to have to get me like something to drink with some honey and lemon. And hey, Diash. The husband and I are watching, catching up. Hey, Sean. Hope you are doing well. We are doing well. I mean, I'm getting a little sick. I got a little sore throat. But other than that, I'm sounding a little deep over here. But other than that, okay, I see Mikki is on. Okay. Let's see if we can hear her.
Can you hear me?
I can. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Let's see. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. So, I don't know. Have you been watching the past few lives where we talked about this lady named Natalie who says she has DID? But she caused a lot of problems in the internet world, like allegedly sending death threats to lawyers and YouTubers. And
no, I haven't. Seen all that? I haven't.
Okay. Well, that's kind of what brought on this talk of DID, because she says she has DID. She says she's autistic, and she says she has 22 alters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But, and everybody, like, we all believed it. We were all like sympathetic to her. But the more that comes out, it seems like maybe it's not true.
I can't. I'm not a doctor or anything else. All I can say for me, I am not schizophrenic. And when I hear people say DID is caused by schizophrenia and stuff like that, a lot of times DID is because of, that's enough. Corona, it's enough. It's because of, like your husband had said, he was right on. I was on with trauma my whole life. I lived on the street since I was 13 years old. My daddy had kicked me out. I had CSI or CSA, sorry. And lots of different other things had happened to me. My mother had passed away when I was 8 years old. And now I had always picked the wrong men, and they had always been not nice.
Yeah.
And when I got married, I was married at 18 to my now ex-husband. I didn't leave him. I stayed with him my whole life, my whole adult life, until 6 years ago. And one day, it's what they call a fugue state, FUGUE. My daughter had found me on my bed, and I had told my ex-husband, keep the kids, I'm killing myself.
Oh, wow.
But I had not taken any drugs. I had not taken any pills. But they could not wake me up. But what had happened is I went inside myself.
Okay.
And I didn't know that I had alters.
Okay.
Up until all this happened.
Right.
And when I was in the hospital, they had recorded me. And talk about freaky.
I would have to imagine that would be kind of like, people say it's not like the movies, but I would have to imagine like waking up in a hospital, watching a videotape of yourself where you have no recollection of doing or saying anything that you're watching yourself do or say. I would have to imagine that is kind of like a movie where you're just like, what is going on now? Now,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
say that your mom passed away at 8. At the age of 13, your dad kicked you out. You got married at 18 to a man that was not so nice, in your words.
Probably a lot of stuff in between then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
very,
You were homeless
very much
too, so a
so.
lot of stuff in between as well. So
I didn't want to say it because
yeah.
yeah,
Do
kids
you
might be watching.
Oh yeah. Do you think you developed it during your childhood, maybe after your mom passed and you just didn't discover it?
My personalities, I have a 2-year-old.
Oh wow.
I
Okay.
have a 6-year-old.
Okay.
I have a 16-year-old or 13. We don't know really what Michelle is. She's either 13, 16. That's when I was living on the streets.
Okay.
So we don't know what she is. The matriarch, now she is very prim and proper. She is the matriarch. She is the one that takes care of them all.
Okay.
And
Okay.
she talks like me a little bit, but she has no emotions.
Mm-hmm. It's like stern and very like.
She talks monotone.
Okay. My husband has a question. Hold on.
Oh, sure.
So, who do you consider you?
Okay. So,
yeah,
my real name is Michelle, but I go by Mikki because I don't like Michelle.
Okay.
And when this is going to be confusing. When what's that word? When I went all back together, I wanted to be Mikki. So I'm going to change my name eventually when my daddy passes, because out of respect for him, because we have made up.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess you would call Mikki the host and everyone else is a personality that's inside that will come out at different times. Now, can you lure these, like, can someone that knows that you have an alter that's 2, can they be lured out by like bringing up a subject that your 2-year-old self likes?
Now, that used to happen a lot, but since I've been integrated, I'm strong enough now.
Okay,
no.
Okay, so when you say since you've been integrated, what do you mean? What do you mean since you've been integrated?
Integrated means that you have to learn to accept them all the way, like I said, I have to love myself. I have to love them all and accept them all as they are all me. And what integrated means is it was pretty much like a wrestling match to see who was going to win, and I won because I was the one that said, no, I love you, you, but this is my life and I choose to take control.
But okay, so I just want to know, like, okay, do you consider you are you and then the other ones are personalities, or do you think that or do you feel like they were all you like when you were the 2-year-old, do you feel like that was you, or do you not know what it?
That was they pretty much protected me. It was a fight and flight thing.
Yeah,
and they were protecting me.
So it was a coping mechanism for you.
Okay, so I have another question here. So because this one lady, she says that like she has alters that are like mean and abusive and nasty. So, but my thing is,
I do have one that was very, very
to you, but are they nasty to yourself? Like,
oh no,
to other people.
Other people, and if like if they were to attack somebody that even that I didn't even know, because I did protect somebody that was being attacked by a man, and that personality came out and took care of business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
Went down a little too hard.
So are all your alters girls? Are they all female?
No, I do have a male.
Oh, wow. Okay. See, that's okay. Because to me, I dealt with a lot of childhood trauma as well.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I dealt with a lot of childhood trauma.
She got different personalities.
No, I don't. I can be rude sometimes. But like when I think about like, okay, so the way this forms is you're disassociating yourself from the trauma that you're going through, right?
Yes. You pretty much shut down.
Right. You shut down, and then this alter like forms to deal with that trauma.
So do you think you're going back to that age? Do you think that it happened like, okay, I would think 2 would be like really early, but okay, let's say a traumatic event happened to you when you were 2, but you might not have split personalities. Your personalities, you might not have actually split until later on, like maybe when you're 10, but because you had a traumatic, something traumatic happened to you when you were 2, then you develop a personality for the 2 at 2, and you had something traumatic happen to you at 13 and then 16. So you develop these different personalities at that age, or is it just random ages?
It's just random ages, but the thing is I remembered the things, but I didn't know I had these personalities.
Yeah.
I remembered the abuse that I underwent at 2 years old.
Okay.
And it was with a family member. And it was very hard because my father didn't believe me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's terrible.
Okay. And how old? You were 2, you said?
Well, that's when I remembered it. But my psychiatrist said that it could have been younger.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Someone has a question. What level of responsibility do you think a host has if an alter does something either inappropriate or illegal? Can that happen without the host's permission?
Now I do. I did do something wrong.
Okay.
And I did take responsibility.
It's almost like you have to, though, because you're the host.
You're exactly, because to get better, you have to take responsibility, even if you don't remember or recall. Because I've seen people say, "Well, I don't remember, so I should get off." No. Because that's going to make people think that they can do whatever the heck they want and get away with it. Just like, well, we see a Duggar, sir, thinking that, oh, okay, well, I was young and my mama and daddy didn't teach me how to take responsibilities. So I was just doing this and that and this. That's why. That's a touchy subject with me. I apologize for it. But I had to take responsibility, and I hope he does take responsibility. And I wish to goodness that I could talk to Anna, because she has been brainwashed so much. And I get mad when people say, well, she's sticking up for him. But she has that mentality.
Yeah.
She's brainwashed.
Right.
I shouldn't have stayed with my ex-husband as long as I did. I stayed with him for 24 years. I was with him for 31.
If you don't mind me asking, was he abusive? You said he was mean. I don't know if you want to say.
Very.
Okay.
He threatened to kill me. He threatened to kill anybody that tried to take me away from the situation. He threatened to kill my therapist. He put marks on me where my own kids couldn't see. So my older ones didn't believe it, but my younger ones, they knew because
they probably witnessed it.
Well, they didn't witness it, but they heard it.
Right. Okay. So you're saying, as the host, if one of your alters does something wrong, you as the host, you have to take responsibility, because for one, you said earlier, one of the ways to integrate is because you have to let each alter know that you accept them and you love them.
Yes.
So by taking accountability for their actions as well, for being the host, that's also part of like accepting them. Like, okay, you're my alter, you've done something wrong, but I accept you and I love you. So I'm going to take responsibility for you doing what you did wrong because I'm the host and I love you. Is that accurate?
The judge went lenient on me, but I did have to do community service, and I did have to do probation. So I was thankful for that, and I was lucky.
Yeah.
But I did tell him that I didn't blame him if he did throw me in jail for a while, because I accept any and all. And he goes, because you accept any and all responsibility, young lady, you are going to get full counseling. You are going to get probation. And when you finish that counseling, probation, and everything else, I will wipe your slate clean. And he did.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Okay. So for someone having that and it's diagnosed, right? You're diagnosed with it.
Yes.
Okay. So when one of your alters commits a crime, do you tell the judge, well, I have this, but I take responsibility for what they done, but I do have this. Is that even something that you bring up?
See, I didn't have to, because my my psychiatrist and my lawyer were both there.
Okay.
I got a question. I got a quick question.
Sure.
So, okay. And if my question, if you don't want to answer any of my questions, that's fine. I'm not going to ask anything too personal, but I just want to know, because I want to go somewhere with this. You consider it different than being possessed, right? Right. So
no, it's not possession.
Yeah. So these are personalities that you develop to cope with high stress events or whatever, high stress, and they just stuck around, right? And until you basically accepted them and integrated them, well, then it was you. It wasn't you, but it was you. Then you weren't possessed by anybody else. It was actually from your mind.
Yes.
You don't believe that you were possessed or nothing like that.
No, so some people do say that, like, oh, they're just possessed,
Yeah. Well.
And I want to throat punch them sometimes when I hear that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would imagine, like.
Yeah, I think.
And I'm not a violent person, so don't think that. But
yeah,
I hate ignorance. And,
yeah.
And people get me mad when they say, "Well, she's crazy," or "She's this or that." You haven't walked any miles in my shoes, so don't go and judge me.
Yeah.
I definitely think that it's different than possession. I think that, like you said, it happens to people who've had a lot of trauma in their life at an early age, and it's their coping mechanism to deal with stuff. Like their personalities will do things for them that they could not, that they normally wouldn't be able to do.
Elle, look up fugue state and you read it to your people. It's FUGUE. So they could understand what I went through.
Okay. Can you spell that again?
It's F as in Frank, UGUE state.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
We're having a hard time here. Let me turn
I
her
turned it up all the
bit.
way so can you? Okay. Someone said, how long did it take to be clinically diagnosed?
Well, when I was in the hospital, it didn't take long because, of course, all of my personalities came out like wildfire.
So they had evidence right then.
Okay. So, yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
She was medically, like, you're basically medically evaluated right then when you were in the hospital. Like, they basically saw it, so it didn't take long for you to be diagnosed. Well, yeah. I guess you had it your whole life, so I guess you could say, possibly, and not known.
Yeah, I didn't know it all because.
Yeah, so I guess you could say it did take a long time for you to be diagnosed. Did your ex-husband have any clue? Did he know?
No, and he actually doesn't believe in it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
he said he doesn't do anything to me. He didn't do anything to me. I'm making all this up. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Okay. So, a state or period of loss of awareness of one's identity, often coupled with flight from one's usual environment, associated with certain forms of hysteria and epilepsy.
Yeah. So you were almost having like. Okay.
Okay. You said you have one that's like 2. All right. One thing that I read is that
her name is Pumpkin.
Ma'am.
Her name is Pumpkin.
Her name's Pumpkin? Okay. I like that name. One thing that I read is that when you have this, some alters hardly ever come out. Like
that is true.
Okay.
I had one that only came out one time, and that is the one that had the most abuse happen to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Her name is Scooter, and she is the one that is like 7 or 8, and they think that's the one that when my mama died.
Yeah. Okay. Because the girl that we're like kind of dealing with, the way she makes it out is like they just come popping up left and right.
Okay, I'm not a doctor, but that stuff makes me kind of angry because that kind of sounds a little wishy-washy. Like
for sure. I mean, I don't blame you.
I don't know her. I don't want to judge, but
that
doesn't make any sense to me. Because
what I read is like some of your alters will literally only come out once, but others may come out a little bit more. But the way I feel like she made it out was like, oh, mine would come out multiple times in a day. And
when mine came out, it was like during like stress, during like if there was a remembrance of something that had happened, or like that one instant where a man was hurting a woman and my alter took care of the business.
The more stern alter, the alter that like has the gall to say something.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Someone said, can she read a doctor's diagnosis? I'm not sure where that, I don't know. That may have something to do with the Nat situation. Nat, the other lady that claimed she had this, may have said something about, I'm not sure.
Oh.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have to take medications, and how many years of therapy to integrate the personalities?
I am almost, I'm almost done. I am fully integrated, but I am almost done with therapy completely.
Okay.
My therapist always tells me, when you're ready, you'll know. But I still talk to her on occasion because I want to get these 3 kids that I adopted that all have disabilities. I want to get them raised, and they're going to be in 9th grade and 8th grade. And probably when they're raised, then, because it's I don't want anything to happen, and sometimes I get a little afraid that stress.
Yeah, dude.
Right. Okay. This is another good question. Can you lose years of time because an alter takes over for years?
Okay, I have had loss of time.
And did the alter take over for that full length of time, you think?
Yes, she did.
Okay.
And that one kind of bothers me because what I did hurt my ex-husband, but he hurt me too. But
I'm sure at the time when you were still married to him and then you realized this happened while I was not myself, I'm sure it probably felt bad because you were like, if I would have been there,
that wouldn't have happened.
Right.
So, and this might be a little crazy, but a crazy question. So what? How do you know that right now you're not
an alter?
You're not an alter, and you're losing. You know,
that's a good question.
Do you consider you the main person? Are you?
Yeah, she says she does.
I am the main person.
You are the main person.
Yeah,
you had to bring them all together. Only you could have brought them all together.
Yes.
So that makes you the main person.
I mean, I know my real name is Michelle.
Okay.
But because of everything that happened to me, I don't like the name Michelle because I don't like the person that Michelle was. So, and that's why I went by Mikki, because Mikki reminds me of my happy times. Mikki reminds me of my happy-go-lucky times where I was the happiest.
Yeah, so like, you know, when you're like, I go by Mikki, but my name's Michelle, you clarify that so people don't think Mikki is an alter. Mikki is your nickname. That is you, the host.
Right.
Someone else said, can you have like an animal as an alter, like a unicorn or something?
I haven't dealt with that, so I don't think I haven't dealt with that. So
yeah,
okay, because the girl that we're dealing with, she says that she has an alter that is half person and half unicorn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we just felt that can be.
Maybe I should hook her up with my therapist.
Yeah.
Well, she's okay. So she was going to a therapist, and she ended up threatening to kill her therapist and his wife, and they had to get a restraining order. But now I think she says she has a new therapist now that she works with, and like when all this stuff was going on with this lawsuit that she got herself involved in, and she said that like when she figured out that she was doing like these bad things, she immediately contacted her therapist and like spoke to her therapist. So I guess she's got a new therapist now, but her old therapist had to get a restraining order, I do believe, because she threatened to kill her old therapist and his wife.
Well, that sounds crazy to me, but well, I don't want to keep saying the word crazy, but that sounds different. That doesn't sound like it. Yeah. That sounds, because wouldn't your if you're okay, correct me if I'm wrong, if you are having that bad of a mental issue and you threaten your therapist's life, what do you think your therapist would do?
Have you committed?
Have you committed?
They usually do. Have you committed? Yeah, so I don't know why she isn't in a mental institution if she did that, because they don't just let you walk around the streets and say, okay, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this was like a whole big old situation. Like there was this episode with her therapist where she was threatening to kill him and his wife. And then there was this episode with her boyfriend where she tried to frame him for threatening her and raping her, and
she would be in an institution.
Yeah.
See, that's what I said. And I don't say that to be mean about her or the situation,
right?
But all the stuff that she's got herself involved in, I don't know if I believe that she has DID, but I definitely believe there's something going on.
There's something going on with her,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's
is
using
some
DID.
kind of mental disorder going on.
Absolutely. I think maybe she's saying DID so she can at least say that wasn't me, that was my alter.
Yeah,
and she can.
She don't.
Okay. Yeah, and she don't have to take any responsibility for it. That way she can at least say, yeah, I know I done these things, but that wasn't me. That was the alter, their problem. I didn't know. I had no idea what was going on.
That was the point of my question earlier about possession. Okay. You know, in my mind, and I guess if I don't believe that is possession, and I don't think that medically people think that it's the same thing as possession, even people that believe in possession, right? I think that, you know, a lot of people consider those two separate things. But if here was my point when I was trying to ask that question. If you're possessed, then you're not responsible for what you did when you were possessed. But these personalities are actually a part of you that is developed to cope with high stress situations, right?
Right.
That like make you relapse. So you're always responsible for your actions because it is actually a part of you.
Right.
Right. That's different than possession. What I believe in possession, and I think I believe that there have been cases of people that were really honestly possessed by another being, a spirit, you know, spiritual being, and they weren't responsible for their actions, but that's way different than DID.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you have to be responsible for your actions, even if it is DID, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so another question is, if you were trying to hurt yourself, like if you are trying to commit suicide, would one of your alters come out to protect you? Like, isn't that kind of their job? It's how you form them to begin with.
See, and I didn't understand that because I told my ex-husband that I had taken pills, but I didn't. That's why he didn't believe me, and that's why my family didn't believe me.
Okay. Could this possibly be the scenario that maybe you wanted to, you had become suicidal, but an alter come out and kept you from doing that?
That's a very big possibility.
Okay.
And that would probably been the head one.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's the one that is has no emotion at all.
Okay.
She probably is the one that stopped it because I remember taking all those pills.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I remember all of it. And when they took me out in an ambulance, I was not making any sense. My daughter said that she even slapped me and I didn't even come to.
Wow. Okay.
I don't remember her slapping me. I don't remember being in the hospital. I don't remember my other daughter sleeping with me and
so
crying.
An alter clearly came out for you not to remember that.
Well,
right. I mean,
well, that was different than an alter coming out at that point. That you're talking about when you're in the fugue
state.
Yeah, that's different. You're basically having a mental breakdown almost, and that was different than having an alter come out, right?
Well, no, the doctor said it coincided with my alter.
Okay.
All right. Someone asked, do you ever wake up in an unfamiliar place due to an alter coming out? And
I did wake up in an unfamiliar place. Yes.
Has it ever happened a lot? Because this one person claims that like it happens kind of frequently.
No. It happened when I was younger.
Okay.
But would you say most of the time when would you say that most of the time when it happens, they don't stay around for long? You know, I would think it would be more like a short term, like maybe a couple hours or so.
Well, she had one that was there for a bit when she was married.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm asking like most of the time in general, is it just a couple hours? Surely it's not a long.
I mean,
long
one
period
time that I woke up, I was like, where the hell am I? And how did I get here? And it was like, I think like 4 days. Because I didn't even know the date. And I said, what is the date? And
Oh, wow.
I lost track of 4 days.
Yeah.
But then you realize you're like, there was an altar.
No.
An altar took over.
No, because I didn't know until like 4 years ago.
Okay. When you were diagnosed, did it explain a lot?
Oh my gosh, yes.
It makes sense.
I was like, aha.
Yeah, you're like, okay, it was an aha moment. It was like, that makes so much sense because there's been gaps of memory loss, I guess one would think, right?
Oh yeah, I thought for sure that I was just nuts.
Were you more relieved? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was very relieved.
It seems like it would be more scary than anything, almost like relief, but at the same time, now you open up this whole new nightmare almost.
It was both, but it's also brings a lot of sadness to me because I have a 27-year-old daughter that because of me and my husband's divorce, she hasn't talked to me in 3 years. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
She doesn't, he brainwashed her so much that she doesn't believe this had happened to me. And
yeah, so she doesn't believe that things, you know, that
I have alters.
That you know, some of the problems were caused because of
her daddy. Yeah.
Yeah, and that it was just all you, and she doesn't believe that in your condition.
Yeah, she probably she mainly thinks that I just made it all up just to excuse myself.
That sucks really bad.
When really though you don't. Like you said, like you take accountability for even what your alters do.
Even now, I take full accountability of even hurting my ex-husband. I mean, I wasn't completely innocent. I mean, it takes two to make a marriage, and takes two to break a marriage. The only thing I don't take accountability for is his abuse towards me.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say, Mikki, like, I don't want you to get like over, like, I don't want you to
I'm good.
Are you good? Okay.
I'm good.
I don't want to continue ask you questions or anything.
No, I'm good, sweetie. Thank you. I appreciate that, but thank you.
Yeah.
When you've had enough, you can say, hey, I've had enough. I need to get off here. Let's go back to chatting about something else. And we can do just that because I don't want to do too much or say too much. This is a very, you know, to you, this is your life. But for people that don't know about it, it's kind of fascinating to learn about it. And
I appreciate this because I've always wanted to talk to people about this and to get this out that this is a real thing. And I hope that young lady, I hope she gets the help she needs. I don't necessarily know if she has DID. I'm not a doctor. I cannot say that. But my experience, I know I have DID.
Yeah.
Right. You see, she threatened to, okay, so there was this episode with her therapist, you know, where she threatened to kill him and his wife. He put a restraining order on her rather than getting her committed. And then when she was knee deep in this lawsuit situation, she and people started asking questions about her and kind of thinking that there was something going on with her. She tried to commit suicide allegedly and was in a coma, she said. But wouldn't you think if that was true, that her therapist will once again step up and say, we have to commit?
We have to commit, yes.
Yeah. But she never got committed throughout any of this.
And I don't understand that because when you're in any kind of psychosis, or I don't want to say psychosis because it's not psychosis. If you're in any kind of danger to yourself or others, you need to be in the hospital.
Right. Yeah. And I would think even her, would say, okay, I need some help, because I've said, I don't know this lady. I don't believe she has DID, the lady that we're talking about, but I believe there's something. And I believe for her well-being and the well-being of people around her, she needs to be somewhere.
She needs to be somewhere where she can get the help she needs. I agree.
Well, clearly, this has got to be frustrating too for you. I mean, I know with me, like,
it is.
So I've
just talking about it, I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh, okay, you need to be in the hospital.
It's kind of therapeutic. It's kind of therapeutic for you to talk about it.
It's very therapeutic, and I'm glad that people are willing to listen. I mean, I am not a liar, and the good Lord has brought me through all of this, where I can be strong enough. And I've had very good psychiatrists and therapists that have brought me through what I have gone through. And I'm so happy that they diagnosed me the correct way. I mean, because
it makes you wonder. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I cut you off.
That's okay, hon. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call your husband hun, but that's
no, it's fine.
No, it's fine.
We live in the South,
so
that's how we say is hun, babe, sweet.
Yeah, everywhere I go.
Hun.
Yeah, and I get told I'm good looking everywhere I go too.
But it's just
Valerie would like to ask, if your 2-year-old alter was to come out at like an inappropriate time, like driving, or maybe when you're, does she step back? Does she step like, oh, never mind, wrong time?
Okay, we were in the car. And
this happens. Okay,
this happened. I was driving. I was at a red light, and my 2-year-old alter came out.
Yeah, 2-year-olds can't drive, right?
No, like they know nothing about. They don't know how to read.
And she said, my roommate was in the car, and she said, I can't drive. You need to get over and drive. I can't do this. And I got out of the car in the middle of the road, and she scooted over and got in the car.
And your friend was aware, like she knew this must be.
Yeah.
Okay, because I would imagine that. Like if I'm driving down the street with Sean and we come to a red light and we're like talking like normal, all of a sudden I look over and say, I can't drive. You're going to have to get over in the seat. He would look at me and be like, what?
No, my
knew, then it would make sense to her, like, okay, somebody else is peeking through that don't know how to do this. At least she was a smart 2-year-old, because maybe some other 2-year-olds might try to chance it. You know what I'm saying?
My alters they talk different.
Oh, okay.
So it was clear. And so your friend had multiple experiences with you?
Oh, yes.
Okay, that's good. That's good that you had a friend, though.
Yeah.
That's awesome that you had a friend that knew.
You could tell which alter is which. The 2-year-old talks like a 2-year-old. She is little.
Oh, so she even talks like how I would talk to Kennedy.
I wonder,
like how I would talk to my baby, like. When we talk to our babies, we talk in baby talk.
Yeah.
So she kind of has like her own little baby talk.
I wonder if she talks just like you did. You did when you were 2.
Yeah, probably.
That would be cool, huh? Like
it's not cool because my kids think it's funny because she walks around with her thumb in her mouth, and they always know that it's her.
Yeah.
She, and if you keep talking to her, then she wants to stay. Nope, go to sleep. Pumpkin, you need to go to sleep. Nope, don't want to go to sleep. I want popsicle or whatever.
That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. So your voice changes with each alter.
Yeah.
And you said you have 7.
Mm-hmm.
So who came up with who developed, you might not know this question, but who developed the way to fit? Is there multiple ways to fix it, or is there one known way like that's tried and true to fix it?
Okay, my psychiatrist told me this.
They
discovered There was a little girl that had many personalities. I mean, many. And they learned from her by studying her. And Dr. Phil, I think, he studied her for many years too. And they just learned how to integrate them.
Yeah.
I don't know how that little girl is, but she had many.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I've heard of cases to where kids actually develop this and break and then like totally quit talking and they won't speak at all for a long time. For like they literally won't say nothing at all. I've heard about a little girl that happened to.
And
badly. She was super close to her dad.
The brother, I guess, was diagnosed with DID as well.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
The brother was diagnosed with DID as well.
Okay.
Someone asked, do you get a feeling before an altar is about to come out, like maybe feeling a little bit lightheaded or something like that? And then someone else said, you don't really remember what happens, but people will tell you. People will say, like, this happened. Your altar.
I do have cameras in my house just in case.
So you can kind of go back and see what you've done as well.
Man.
Also to check on my teenagers. Anyways.
Oh, yeah, same. We have cameras as well.
Yeah, we have cameras all in our house too. Yeah, we can always look at our kids and.
But I don't know when they're coming, but what I try to do, and I can do it now, but before I was integrated, I had no clue. But when I can feel myself get too stressed, I just take some deep breaths and I say, you're okay. Everything's fine. You are safe. And then everything just calms down.
Well, that's completely normal too. You know, I've had to do that in so many different situations. You know, when I start getting stressed, I have to take deep breaths. I mean, like that's how I maintain my cool during so many things like water survival and underwater training and stuff like that. Like, so it's no different. It's really no different than ever, you know, like that's how normal people cope and deal with stress too. So.
I can't read that question right there. Can you read that?
It says, is it something that can be treated with medication or do you have to learn to live with it?
I take medication only for anxiety. And I do not have depression anymore because I got away from my ex-husband.
Well, maybe I need to go. I got anxiety. Maybe I need to.
Hey, that's not nice.
No, he eases my anxiety. He helps me out so much.
But I take medication for anxiety, and I also take medicine for PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Extreme PTSD. I have extreme PTSD where I can't work any longer, which bothers me. Because I feel like a failure because I can't work anymore.
Oh no, don't.
Oh, you don't understand. The last president made me feel very
okay.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, I've been feeling the same way, honestly. You know, when I get laid off. You know, I've been laid off so many times. Every time I get laid off, I'm like, man, I suck so bad. Like, I can't find a career anywhere. You know,
does
so
that too.
I know the feeling, like, where you're
of that.
You just feel helpless, you know? Like you're not doing anything.
I try to keep myself busy, though, because I do raise micro bullies. So that's a...
Really?
That's a job, yeah.
You said micro bullies?
Yes.
Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Little tiny bulldogs.
They're little tiny bulldogs.
Oh man, really? That's cool.
They're
I've looked into them. Those are very expensive dogs.
Oh yes, sir, they are.
Yeah. So you got a job there. That's a good job.
Yeah.
Heck, I wish I could be a dog breeder and sell those dogs. Because they're like 5,000.
Down on that, baby, being a dog breeder.
No, not a dog breeder. People look down on big kennels, the big kennel farms. Yeah, not a dog breeder.
do that. That's called. No, I don't. No, I don't like.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't. That's what she's talking about. People look down on like the massive farms where they just breed dogs and there's no kind of
loving
affection or care for the dogs. They're just there to breed on massive numbers. Like that pet store was notorious.
Puppy mills.
Yeah, puppy mills. Yeah, that's what they are. Yeah, that's what. So when someone with the
I know my dogs for $7,000. I sell them. None of my dogs are sold for over $2,500.
Oh, really?
I bet there's some pretty dogs too.
Yeah.
Did I see one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I want to see. Do you have a full grown one? I want to see how big it is.
She's actually. Oh, nope. She's right there. She's actually in with her puppy. She's supposed to be weaning them. What are you doing?
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's her. This is Corona.
Corona
For the beer.
Yeah, not the virus.
Not the virus. And this pretty boy.
Oh man.
This is Boomer.
Boomer?
No, this is I'm sorry, Veggetti. This is Veggetti.
Oh, look at that.
I mean, they got good color.
They are pretty.
They are pretty.
And this is my keeper right here. Where you at, baby girl? This is.
Oh man,
those are really pretty.
Oh man, does it have blue eyes?
Yes, she does.
Dang.
This is.
So it's gonna grow up to be blue.
Yeah, she's gonna have. Her eyes are gonna stay blue.
That is
man,
so
that
sweet.
Is the cutest dog ever.
Do they? I mean, I would have to imagine these puppies give you like a sense of accomplishment, like taking care of them, and you get love from them. So they're almost like a support dog, I guess you could say.
Almost. I do show them as well. I take them to shows, and I get into the ring, and I take them around. We have quite a few ribbons for Corona. She has taken first place in best act, which is best act is just the way she stands, and she puts her little head up.
Yeah.
So she's
man. When you get your number, I might get one from you one day. I might buy one from you.
They're micro bulldogs. That is so.
Yeah.
Actually, they're not called bulldogs. They're called micro bullies.
Bullies, yeah.
Micro bullies. Okay. Sean wants one. Yeah.
Yeah, I want one bad.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
Where's our Sonny at?
I don't know.
Yeah, I like Sonny. Sonny's so cute.
Hey, I really didn't like rat terriers and stuff. I was more like a Doberman and pit. I like pit bulls, but I've always been, since I've had kids, I've been kind of nervous because they'll do fine all their life, but when they get older, and they start getting senile, pits are kind of dangerous. I've seen several pits that kind of not all of them will go.
It's just how they're raised.
But I've seen some that have.
Yeah, I seen one go a little.
Yeah, just in its old age, like a human being does. My granny.
It's just like any dog.
Yeah. They're just a little bit stronger than most dogs, and they're the pit.
Please don't say they lockjaw. Please don't say it's lockjaw. They don't have lockjaw.
No, I don't.
Lockjaw.
A lot of people say they have lockjaw. Which
really?
Yeah, I hate that term because they don't.
What do you mean lockjaw?
They say that they lock their jaws and.
No, but they do. They will. Look, okay, I don't condone this or nothing, but when I was a kid, I lived pretty close to some people who.
I'm reading what they're saying.
I thought that too. When you said I have micro bullies. I was like, I got a couple of them myself. I thought you were talking about kids. I was like, I feel you there. And then Chad's like, what? For real? And I'm like, what's going on here? Am I missing something?
Yeah. But anyways, I lived close to this neighborhood, and it was way off in the woods, and they fought dogs, right? And of course, they fought pits. And So I would be out there hanging out with some of the kids that I went to school with, and they would be out there dog fighting. And I've seen how pits will not let go of something until, and
Oh yeah.
that's always kind of scared me when it
Look at
came to
that.
kids.
Look how the dog looks at her though.
Yeah.
Like I love when Sonny does that to me. Like when Sonny looks up to me and he's like,
Yeah, he's
"What you
like,
do-
Mama,
what you
hey,
doing?"
Mama.
Yeah, he's like, "What you doing, Mama?"
This is my big boy.
Yeah.
This is my American Bulldog XL.
Yeah.
His name is Dakota. He is my service dog.
Oh, that's
Okay,
what I was going
okay.
to say. I was going to tell you, like, if you don't have a service dog, to look into it, because my mama has one.
No,
That helps her out a lot. Yeah.
He's my boy. He
Yeah.
actually goes everywhere with me on the airplane. Well, I don't go on airplanes right now, but we go everywhere. He opens up doors for me. He picks up the remote. He opens up the refrigerator. He opens up the dryer and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
our Doberman could do stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I've
Open the door and stuff.
I've wanted an American Bulldog really bad. I like those a lot.
Micro bullies are just better.
Yeah,
because they're compact.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
But Dakota is he was special. I actually saved him from being euthanized as a puppy.
Oh wow.
What did you say his name was?
Dakota.
Dakota. With a T?
Dakota means friends of everyone in Sioux. I am Sioux. I'm Native American. I'm Sioux.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And
That's a different name.
Dakota.
Yeah, it means
I
friends
like
of
that
everyone.
name a lot.
I saw that someone said that there was a question, but I can't find it.
Yeah. Is there any other questions anybody would like to ask?
Let's see.
I'm sure.
Thank you, Haley.
I'm
I
sure
don't know if I got it.
I'm
Let me
sure
see.
it's super frustrating to have people all kind of. I know, like with so like I don't consider like PTSD that I've had that I don't consider it like a disorder, and it's different than I think PTSD that people who've been abused have, right? Because mine was from Iraq, and I just consider myself, it just changed me, and
Thank
I'll
you for
never
your
be
service,
the same
by the way.
person that I was, that I remember being when I was a kid before I went to Iraq. I think that I'll never be that person again. I just changed. So it really bothers me when all these stipulations these certain ideas get put out, or they're portrayed in certain ways. So I'm sure it's super frustrating for you to see
is.
I've
learned to accept it though, and it doesn't bother me anymore.
Yeah,
people see
that's good. That's good that you've accepted it. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I'm sure you watching me where I'm over here, I don't know nothing about it, and I'm just making my opinions. And I think one of the things that I said is like, I don't know if I believe in DID. Maybe it's like schizophrenia and a bad case of borderline personality. And you're like, no, I have DID and I don't have schizophrenia. That's not what it is. So I imagine for you to listen to somebody uneducated talk about it, it could kind of be, make you feel some type of way. And I hope I didn't.
Oh no, honey, you didn't. Not at all.
Good.
No, like I said, I educate people. I don't.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good, because this is fascinating to me. I mean, honestly, I'm like totally into this. I was going to go to bed until you got on.
I sent a question that said something about, do my alters age or do they stay the same? They stay the same.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
They stay the same.
Stay the same.
Carly wants to know if it is lifelong or can an alter fade away?
I don't know that. I don't know. That's my psychiatrist. I don't know that.
Even you with it, you don't know everything about it. Like there's still things that you learn about it, right? I mean, I guess it's possible that one could fade away. Like if the 2-year-old shows up today but doesn't for the next 10 years, that'll make you question, did I lose my 2-year-old alter? Did it fade away, or is it still in there somewhere?
He did say that usually they don't fade away. They just coexist.
Okay.
So do you know them? Like you? Like does you as the main person in your body,
mm-hmm.
do you know the other ones like you know a kid or not? You don't. You just know of them.
I just know of them, and I got to kind of meet them, but didn't meet them when I seen them on the video. But they know me.
They know you. Oh wow.
And they talk about me all the time. And like if I'm stressed, like okay, there was one instant when I was in the hospital that Michelle came out and this guy was clicking his tongue and she got really mad and he said something and Michelle went just totally livid and started cussing. And I don't cuss. I don't swear too much. Being a Christian and all, and I'll slip sometimes, but for the most part, and the nurses had to move me to different parts of the psych ward because I couldn't get along with people.
Oh wow!
Did they?
But it was your altar.
Yeah.
Did they put you when you're the 2-year-old? Did they put you in the kid place to play?
That would be crazy.
I did want toys. And
really?
I got mad. I threw a tantrum. I threw myself on
just
the
like
floor.
a kid would do.
Yeah.
So someone said that's wild. Someone said, so do you save the video footage to show your doctors and therapists? They've seen a lot of it from when you were in the hospital, right?
Yeah, they have. And if my daughter ever talks to me again from Hawaii, because that's where she lives and that's where she works, if she ever decides that she would like to see them and talk to my psychiatrist, he is more than willing.
Okay.
Well, maybe hopefully she'll see this video. That would be awesome if she could see this video.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, that would be awesome if she just came across it. You know, God works in mysterious ways. I'm telling you that. I mean, he blows my mind sometimes. You know, I'll be so aggravated with life sometimes and in my situation just to find out that he was taking me in a better place than, you know, I had been, that I could even imagine being in, you know. So, and that's happened to me so many times.
Okay, so T. Spiracy has a question. Do you have alters when you dream, or is it just you in your regular dream?
Oh my gosh, this one exhausts me. Okay, so
I'm curious.
Okay, now when my alters were fighting, I was dreaming, but I wasn't dreaming. They fight with each other. And the next day, I'm exhausted.
Oh, mentally and
physically.
Right.
I don't get no sleep, but I do.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, there have been times where I woke up and I'm like, did I even sleep?
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And you don't have alters.
No, but I know exactly what you're talking about because I've worked in my sleep and woke up so tired.
Yeah.
It's like for like really hard, long days at work, you know, we work 12, 13, 14 hours, and then I would knock off and I would take a shower and go to sleep, and I would dream that I was working all night long, doing the same thing that I did all day. And I would woke up feeling like I had worked for 24 hours straight, exhausted. So I know exactly what you're talking about. You were physically and mentally exhausted.
Yes.
Yeah.
So someone said, do you follow any DID YouTube channels? If so, what's your opinions of them?
I did follow some, and I talked to my therapist about this because some of them I looked at and I was like, to me, it didn't look real. And I asked her about it, and she said, if it doesn't look real to you and you don't understand it, I wouldn't follow it because it might bring out too much for you to handle.
Yeah, because I feel like there are a lot of people on YouTube that they sensationalize it, and then they'll get on camera and they'll be talking, and then they'll go to talking like somebody else and just
that's what was happening, and
yeah.
I wasn't falling for it.
Yeah,
because to me, because when I was watching the videos of me splitting,
that's what it's called, splitting.
Yeah, it's called splitting. Okay. It just wasn't like went from one person to the next. I talk like this, and then I talk like this, and then it's like you get quiet, and then another person comes out.
Takes a minute for it to come through.
It's like, it's not like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
So right. It's and I was watching some of them, and I was like, come on.
Like, and you could tell.
And then it made me mad. And then I was like, okay, I'm not doing this. I'm not. Yeah.
Someone asked, do your alters know that they are alters? You said earlier they do. They know that you are the host and they are the alter. And would you say that, like, early on when you first realized that you had this, or even maybe before, that those alters were fighting to maybe be the host, like that they wanted to come out to be?
Oh yeah, the main one was Michelle. Oh, she was really trying to take over.
Okay.
There was actually two of them. Missy and Michelle was trying to take over, and they had to actually put me in a sleep. What is that?
Hypnotize you.
Yeah, they had to hypnotize.
I saw that they do that sometimes.
Yeah, they had to hypnotize me to control them to stop it, because I was going so deep, and Michelle was taking over.
So okay,
that's enough.
Do you think that they're doing that to be malicious or to protect you?
To me, Michelle's a B. I think she was doing it maliciously.
Maliciously. Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Because you would like to think that you would only want to protect yourself, right?
Well, yeah, and
maybe Michelle wouldn't take it so far to actually hurt her, but like I have a family member that it's my family member. I know they love me, but they are just so negative and kind of rude to me, and like kind of controlling, and because it's kind of their personality
in my family.
Yeah, it's kind of her personality to be that way, like literally a negative Nancy, and like I can call and like give great news, and it's like, oh, well, so it's not necessarily that she don't like me or she would do anything to harm me, but she's just that way, like such a negative person.
Yeah, negative Nelly. I don't like them.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, I'm sure that this personality was developed out of a feel for necessity, right? So a feel for necessity.
That was the one that was that lived on the streets. She had to live like that.
Yeah.
Well, then that maybe she feels like the only way to protect you is to take over. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And be that way.
There's so many different avenues, or like dynamic. It's just so dynamic that I don't know. I think it's all out of protection, honestly.
Okay.
I think so too.
Yeah.
In the end, like, okay, like for instance, you say that you're divorced, right? And your ex-husband was abusive. And well, what if one of your personalities like totally tried to sabotage your relationship, and they did it on purpose? They could have done it on purpose because they wanted you out of that relationship.
That's a good idea, because you said you went through a period where an alter took over for a while, and when you came back, I just spit everywhere. You felt bad for everything the alter done to your husband, even though your husband was mean to you. So maybe that alter come through and acted that way, like hoping your husband would leave, and it would, in essence, it would protect you.
Yeah, and now you mention it, yes. And that is the answer to Valerie's question, because that altar did go against all my judgment and my morals.
So they do go. So just from from your experience. So from your experience, would you ever think an altar would do something so against your morals, like really bad, like threaten to kill someone, or send videos of people being killed to someone else as a way to threaten them, or to set someone up for threatening to kill you? Like, you say they will kind of go against your character and judgment and morals a little bit, but do you think they would ever be to the extreme? Like, why would they? Because in essence, they're there to kind of protect you in a way. Like, it always kind of circles back to that. Like, they come out and protect you in some way, even if it's a way you don't agree with or understand at the time. But how could they be protecting you in any way if they're doing that kind of stuff?
Right. And because I am integrated, it won't happen because I'm integrated. But when I wasn't integrated, they very well could have.
Yeah, really. Do you? Okay, here's what I guess I'm trying to get at is, do you feel like they are, any of them are malicious and messy just to be malicious and messy, or at the root of everything that they do, at the root of all their actions, is it done to protect you?
Yes, I think Missy did. She was the one that pretty much sabotaged my marriage just to make him say, I don't want you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
and that was okay because he was doing the same thing, but he had a baby before we were divorced.
Yeah, but they wouldn't go out and actively seek out to be malicious.
I don't think so,
when you're not even connected to a situation, though, right?
Okay, because I'm going to explain this to you. So, like, this girl,
it's all done for you.
Yeah, it's all done for
about you.
Right.
Yes, it's about
you're the center of their actions.
Yeah, you're the center of their world, essentially.
Exactly. I'm the center of their world, and they're only there to protect me.
They're not going to kill anybody unless that person is in your life threatening you, or they're not going to threaten anybody or nothing like that,
or my
unless
family.
that person has to do with you.
It's hurt my family or me.
Yeah.
Not anybody else. They're not out to maliciously hurt anybody
else. They're not going to turn into a serial killer killing random people or nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like this girl
and
that we were.
That's what my psychiatrist said, because my psychiatrist said we all have subconscious and unconsciousness, and we control that.
Yeah.
And so my personalities, my alters, were protecting me and my family.
Right. Right.
Really, it's no different than a normal person, other than you're way more extreme. It's almost like your personality or your moods, right? So your moods become a personality, and you revert back to that. But everybody acts differently when in different situations, and kind of goes back and has emotions. You just, with you, it's just more like it's way more extreme. Like your whole existence changes because of your mood or stress, or well, it did before you integrated, but
right.
And that's really no different than anybody else, except for everybody else just is not, or most people are not as extreme. Like sometimes I feel like a big baby, a 2-year-old. Sometimes I feel like
sometimes he
an
has,
asshole.
Sometimes he has me cuddle him in the fetal position. I do it.
Just make
but
sure
no,
you pat
seriously
him on the
though,
back too.
sometimes what were you saying? I'm sorry.
I said just sometimes pat him on the back too. Let him know.
Pat him on his butt. Now Maybird said, can you trigger a certain alter to come out if they are better to handle a situation? You said they just kind of do. It's nothing that you do really, but they will just come out to handle the situation better.
Whoever is stronger at that time.
More equipped to handle whatever's going on.
To handle, like, now the kids always said, I have an autistic daughter, and she was very, when she has her tantrums.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if people know that autistic kids have tantrums, but they do have tantrums, and sometimes they can go a little bit, pretty bad.
Right.
They'll hit you. They'll do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But Pumpkin, my 2-year-old, she will come out and boop her nose.
And what?
Down. She would boop her nose to calm her down.
Oh, wow.
And I did not know that until about 2 years ago. And I was like, are you kidding me? And now I use that to calm my baby girl down. Well, she's 14, but she's still my baby girl. But now same. I use it to calm her down. What Pumpkin did.
You know.
So, okay. So when your daughter who's autistic would be on a tantrum, your 2-year-old would kind of come out to interact with your daughter on a tantrum. And when it kind of, when you say that, honestly, it makes so much sense, because if you have a child that's ever been on a tantrum just screaming, usually if you start screaming back and whining back and crying back, they get confused and they'll stop and they'll calm down because they've never seen mom act this way, So they're like, so it kind of makes sense that would help, and that would bring the alter out essentially, because they do it and then they see that it helps. So then when your child's doing this again, they'll come back out to handle the situation. That's pretty cool.
So essentially, my alters have taught me things.
And your alters taught you that to do it yourself now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I taught, and I do it with her when she has one of her tantrums, and she's like, no, you're not supposed to copy off Pumpkin. And I said, I can do whatever I want to. What are you going to do? And I go, boop. And she starts laughing. And she just calms down. So, So they have taught me too. I've taught them. They taught me.
Yeah. Someone said, oh, wait, that's the wrong one. So the person that we're talking about, her name is Nat. She's the one that says she has DID. Nat posted the video. Okay, so Nat posted a video confessing to doing certain things that was bad, but then she immediately took it down. So it seems like maybe it was an alter jumping in like, no, you can't put that up of yourself.
But see, they don't have...
She wouldn't remember that the alter put it up.
That's what I was about to say.
That's what they don't have, that capability.
Yeah, it doesn't. There's no line. There's a line. Like as soon as you switch, then you don't know what.
Yeah,
you're gone. You're not there. You don't see what you do, so you can't always go back and correct your actions immediately.
They do not have that capability to say, "Oh, that's wrong."
Yeah.
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 Okay.
That's not what this is. Wow.
Okay. Someone says, do your habits change according to which alter is present? For example, if you drink coffee daily or smoke, do the alters drink coffee and smoke as well?
You said her 2-year-old sucks her thumb.
Your 2-year-old, so they do change. They do change because
your
2-year-old sucks her thumb. And
I have one. Let's see, what does she do? Shell, the one from the South, because I lived with my aunt and uncle down in Summerdale, Alabama. Mm-hmm. And every summer when I went down there, well, Shell, she is the one that has no personality, but she stands very upright.
Like sits upright.
Yeah. And she says, when you talk to me, it's yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. She's very
proper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You were saying that earlier that you had one that was super proper.
Yeah.
So you and your doctor have it broke down to where these personalities come from in your life.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like you can even kind of figure it out. Like because you have learned.
Yeah, we did a timeline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. That makes
Yeah.
sense. So it definitely comes from a certain age. Then it like your 2-year-old probably comes from when you were 2. And then it does. Then.
And I know what happened and why the 2-year-old came out,
Oh,
why
really?
the 8-year-old came out, why Michelle came out, and I don't like Michelle, and she's a bee and everything else, but I understand.
You
why
understand
she came
the
out.
necessity.
And Missy, very promiscuous, but I understand why she was promiscuous.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shell, I understand why she is the way she is, because when I was in Alabama every summer, my aunt and uncle were the ones that took care of me and gave me a normal life.
Yeah.
Whatever normal is.
And so that's when the proper one that spoke up and it says yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am.
Yes.
That's where that one comes from. So that makes sense. It's like yeah.
And,
Okay.
Georgie, he's the one that had to protect all of the girls when we were living in the street.
Well, that would make sense.
Did you have siblings?
I have 2 siblings, but they didn't ever experience any kind of abuse. I don't know necessarily why my dad chose me to be mean to, or why my uncles.
Yeah.
I always used to say, and this is sad because I don't think this anymore, but I always used to say, God put me on this earth to be abused.
Yeah.
But that's
wow.
not true. But that's not true.
Wow.
But
I'm glad you don't believe that anymore.
no, I don't believe that anymore. But that was what I used to.
It's what you thought, probably what you thought, because you felt that way. Like, if you have siblings growing up that they're not treated this way, they're treated fine. Like, your dad showed them attention, but he kicks you out at 13.
Right.
So I'm sure it would make sense that you would feel that way.
Yeah. And
your dad kicked. Well, I don't want to go into all this too much.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So your mom passed away, and then your dad.
Her mom passed away at 2, and her dad kicked her out at 13.
I wonder if you
I
were.
was 8.
Oh yeah, 8. Sorry.
I wonder if you like really reminded him
of your
her.
mom. Maybe so. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I was Native American. I am Native American. I look a lot like her.
Yeah.
Her hair, personality, strong will.
Yeah. Someone asked, at what age did you start experiencing different alters? But you really don't know that, right?
No.
Because you didn't. So what age were you when you were put into the hospital? You were in alters, and they recorded you.
I'm 52 now. So it was 51, 49, 48.
Well, say that again. I couldn't hear you.
48.
48.
So 4 years ago.
Okay. So you really don't know, but you do. Like, you said earlier when it was explained to you that you have this, and you were showed these videos of you in your other personalities, it was like a breath of fresh air. You sigh of relief, because when you looked back at it, there were chunks missing out of your life all the way back until 2 years old, like things that you just didn't make sense.
Right.
But then when they told you that, you're like, okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Because this was going on. Okay.
Yeah, I always thought that I was crazy, and I don't consider myself crazy.
Right.
I never, but I thought I was crazy because I was like, why me?
Right.
And then
Why
I
is
was
this happening?
Like, what is wrong with me that this is happening? And there was times where, and I never faltered. I never faltered from the Lord, even on the streets. But I do believe that was because my mama was always protecting me on the streets. She was my guardian angel.
Yeah. Nat said, can you recommend any movie or book that is a good representation of DID?
What is that one called? I'm actually writing a book right now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. You
Yeah,
need to
you
write a book.
should,
You need to write a
yeah.
book.
Yeah, I'm writing a book right now. And Christian author, or Christian. I have a head injury, so I can't think of it.
Okay.
What it's called, a Christian. They're picking it up. They're helping me with
like
it.
a publishing
Publisher.
company.
There we go. Christian publisher.
Oh yeah, I've actually seen that advertised. Like there's Christian publishing company that will literally pick up your book and publish it for you.
Yeah, Johnny Erickson Tata. She actually, I met her before, and I had talked to her, and she recommended this publisher to me.
Oh, that's cool.
And I met her. I met a lot of different Christian artists because my mom was adopted when she was little because she was taken off the reservation illegally, and she was taken by missionaries. So we were always introduced to missionaries. So I know the Bill Gaither trio and all of them people.
Oh, wow.
So I know
that's
a lot of different people.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
So
you know a lot about their teachings and all of that, and that's kind of where the Duggars like.
Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would really love to talk to Anna. I pray for her nightly. I really do.
Yeah.
It's just so disheartening to see and hear that she believes everything that he has. Oh, he's being
framed according to him.
Yeah, he's being framed, all that stuff. But I mean, I get kind of steamed when I hear people saying, well, she should know better and everything else. No,
she don't. She really
know better
because she was taught. Anna literally believes that if she turned her back on Josh,
they abandoned her.
Do what?
Her family has abandoned her.
Right. Yeah.
Her own father.
This is a pretty good question. Do you and your altars have the same internal clock? Like, are you all morning people or night owls? It's probably different, huh? Probably different. Yeah.
Right now, probably Pumpkin and Scooter are probably sleeping. Shell is probably in a corner reading a book.
Yeah.
Missy's probably thinking that she's out hoeing. They're all
doing their own thing.
Yeah, they're all doing their own thing.
Yeah, that's really interesting, though, is that it's literally like a completely different person within yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why, I mean, I love them. I accept them, who they are. I mean,
yeah.
Because Missy is a hoe.
That is so crazy. We don't slut shame on this channel. Mikki, I'm so glad you came on to talk to us. I would like to have you back one day when maybe we can plan it out a little bit better and we can let people know. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm not going to stay on much longer, so I'm going to go ahead.
I'm getting kind of tired because I took my PTSD medicine and I'm getting kind of tired. I don't think you have my email, but how do I get my email to you so you can
when we get off, type it in the chat, or I'm actually going to put mine in the chat too. So if you want to email me, you can email me. And we'll come together with another day for you can come on. We'll have questions lined up. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Like I said, I would just love to help anybody out and just have any questions or whatever.
It's good to know all this stuff.
Because see, we've been talking about the situation with the Nat lady, and none of us understand it. We don't understand it. Like, it don't make sense to us. And I'm still on the belief that Nat doesn't have it. Even with the things that you explained, it doesn't really line up with the stuff that she says.
And I can't say that because I haven't heard your guys' conversations.
Right.
Yeah. It's hard with medical stuff because no two people are alike. So
right.
But it does. I mean, I don't know. It seems.
Now, I will tell you, DID people are very much alike.
Okay, so the cases
yeah, like
are
the symptoms and stuff,
similar.
and the way that things happen. Or yeah, like okay,
Yeah.
like okay.
Are,
like one thing is like it usually stems from childhood trauma. That's
or
a big thing.
Something has happened or whatever. Car accident. But trauma is usually the big one.
But it's long-term exposure to trauma, right?
It is long-term. It is not just like
one little incident.
One little incident.
If it was one incident, then everybody, there would be
pretty much everybody would have it then.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know one person that really hasn't had experienced abuse in some form.
Right.
A lot. What blows my mind is how many people that I grew up experienced
that have been raped and
sexual abuse.
I shouldn't have said that word. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I
knew what you were talking about.
That is
the
one
R
thing.
Word.
The R word. The R word.
That's one thing that has always blown my mind, and that's why I don't let my kids go anywhere, because me and everybody I know growing up with, all my brothers, my sister, everybody were sexually abused as a kid by somebody, at least, and that's terrible. That's terrible. It's a screwed up world we live in, man. It's terrible. But
in case my daughter comes in, CSA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
SA, yeah,
my bad.
That's okay.
It just blows my mind. It just can't come from one time. I mean, I'm sure it can, but I think I would think it would be more likely to come from long-term exposure.
Well, like one instant in particular, Missy, the one that I was saying that is how bad. She was R by 3 and got pregnant, and it was on Halloween. I hate Halloween.
Oh wow, yeah.
And had a
Okay, yeah. I know what you're saying.
I do not believe in that at all.
Yeah.
So that was something against your morals that
I didn't know that until I was 20 when I had my first child, 21.
Wow. So not only did this happen, but then she also planned to do things and take over at different times. She had to have the A, right?
Well, no,
she could have just come out.
She was R by 3 different people.
Yeah, and then you said that she got pregnant, and then she had
the A.
Yeah.
So she may have just been out for like a 3-week or a 2-month period of time where all of it happened. She found out she was pregnant.
Okay,
and
I
she
got
had
you.
this.
I got you.
Yeah, and because when you get pregnant, a doctor can usually tell if you've had that. They can.
I really wonder though, what has struck my mind and like just kind of been something that I've been thinking about is if like I guess the best way for me to relate was like everybody kind of remembers like their first kiss or their first girlfriend or whatever, right?
Right.
So like when me and Ned got together and we started dating and like I got my first kiss from her, I got like this feeling like I did when the first kiss that I ever got, right? From my first girlfriend. Right. Like you're floating you're floating on air. You're like running around, right? The world's like the best place to be in,
right?
Like you're high as a kite on life.
And on love, on Elle Bee's love.
So that feeling, like when me and her started dating and we kissed the first time and like things are like new and it's brand new and I'm floating on air and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had that same feeling and it reminded me a lot of the first girlfriend that I ever had.
Right.
So I really felt like I was in almost like the same place that I was when I got that first girlfriend. Like I had that same feeling. It really brought me back
Kind of like a
to
little
that
deja
time.
vu or something.
Yeah,
Deja
like
vu,
it brought me
that's
back to
right.
that time. So I wonder if that's what this is, but just a stronger form and that's just an example of like how emotions can bring you back to a time in your past, right?
But like for her, emotions can bring out the altar that it resonates with.
This altar that's stuck in this time in her past, right? This feeling, it's a feeling and a mental state from her past life.
But
She's experiencing.
And I never enjoyed or had anything big O. Never.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. The big O.
I'm getting personal. I'm sorry, but
the big O. You've never had that
because I didn't enjoy it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah, well, that one makes sense.
And I couldn't understand why.
Well, the reason would be.
And I didn't find that out until 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, now I'm sorry. I'm slow. I'm stupid.
He's like, what's the big O? What's the big O?
Well, I knew what the big O was, but I didn't know how we were connecting it. But it just dawned on me, I definitely know what the big O is. I know about that.
I don't want Elle getting kicked off or anything.
Oh my goodness. So funny. Oh, wow.
All right, y'all, you have a wonderful time, wonderful night. God bless you for even thank you so much for letting me talk about this.
I enjoyed having you. Like some of it was kind of deep, but we've also had fun too. And I'm definitely going to, when we get off, I did put my email in the chat, but I'll do it again. My email is also in the description box of all my videos. Reach out to me and we'll set up another night to do this to where we can have people go ahead.
If that's what people want. I mean, we don't have to, but I mean, I'd love to talk about this.
Yeah. What everybody is saying, like this is such a good stream that it's, it's making them understand it a little bit more, and everybody has questions. So I think it would be great for you to come back when we can let more people know that you're going to be here. And because so many people has been a part of this situation with the Nat lady.
Mm-hmm.
People have been wondering what is, like, someone explain this to us, So yeah.
And I have other topics too that we can talk about. I have adoption parent, my foster to adoption, because I adopted all 3 meth babies.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Okay. I also there's all kinds of stuff, but that's why I'm writing a book.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting.
That's good. I mean, you really should write a book. I think it would be awesome.
Now, did you adopt them before you found out you had DID?
Yes, I did adopt them before.
Okay, because I was going to say that'd probably be hard to do with someone that's like officially diagnosed with it to then adopt, because they're so strict with.
They probably wouldn't have let me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They might not would have let you. Yeah.
I don't know because I belong to a group called Right Turn, and the director of it is actually really she loves having me talk to people about, because there are kids out there that had so much trauma that they have DID or they have abandonment issues.
Yeah.
And I talked to some of the teens about the abandonment issues, about sex trafficking that I had experienced and stuff like that. So, I mean, she said maybe it wouldn't have stopped, because she said she says you got a lot to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm looking at this from the outside, and I'm seeing like you didn't know for so long, and then you adopted 3 kids, and then you found out afterwards, which you probably wouldn't have been able to adopt them.
So God definitely worked in a mysterious way for you.
And now you're adopting kids who are probably coming with a lot of the same issues.
Baggage.
Yeah, that you had in your life, and you can relate to them in ways that, most people can't. So
right.
And I like how you you're open about it and you embrace it, because to me, like, that's always, and this is just speaking for me personally, the way I've dealt with things in my life, I've always tried to be open about it and talk about it. And to me, like, the more you act like it doesn't matter and it's not some dire issue, the less of an issue it becomes in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The more you can deal with it, the more you dwell on things and you let it beat you up and make you a victim in your mind, then the more of a victim you become. And that's just me personally. I think that would help a lot of people in life. I'm not saying everybody can be helped by that, but that's what I like about how you handle your situation.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
it's up front. It's out there. It's not a big deal. It is what it is, and you deal with it.
Yes.
So
yeah,
it's really cool to see.
Yeah, absolutely. You have a really good personality about it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that so much.
Now, if I was talking to maybe one of your alters, they might not be. They might be like, whatever. So I'm glad I'm really glad that you come in the chat and you was like, hey, I have this, and you were willing to talk, because it was very last minute. Some people might would be like, no, I'm not talking. So I'm glad that you hopped on, and we're definitely going to have to set up a time for you to come back where I can let people know on social media, hey, she's going to be here, submit your questions. And then it'll be a little bit more where we can make sure we get the good questions that I think the most people will want to know.
Not the hogwash questions, the ridiculous questions. Does everybody call you crazy?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can help filter those a little bit.
We'll read through the questions. So thank you so much. My email's in the description box. I'll put it in again. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna stay on much longer. My throat's kind of hurting. But thank you so much, Mikki. And
get some whiskey, get some honey, and some lemon. Don't forget to put that lemon in there.
Yeah.
And just let it sit on your throat.
Yeah,
I think yours is allergies. I don't think it's I don't think it's
I don't think it's corona. I hope not. I think it's just allergies. So
no, I think it's allergies because everything is bad right now. Bad.
Yeah.
And especially if you're down in Louisiana.
Yep, that's where I'm at. So.
That cottonwood is bad.
Mm-hmm. We got pollen. We got all kind of stuff. So.
Well, God bless you. Mwah.
Thank you so much, Mikki. And I'll be waiting for an email from you. You don't have to do it tonight, but maybe tomorrow, whatever, whenever you get time, just shoot me an email and we'll get this situated for you to come back on.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mikki.
Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.
So that was really interesting, you guys. I'm really glad that that's weird. My messages say Flossie at the top. Flossie, what is going on? That was really interesting. I'm glad that she called in. We can make a list of questions not answered and maybe plan another stream. Yes. I agree. It was very informative, and it, because I was kind of like, does it really exist or does it not? Talking to her makes me believe it probably, that maybe it does. I believe that it does, talking to her. With the situation that Nat, I just think Nat was using that as a way to get away with everything that she was doing. So she could say it wasn't me, it was my alter. Yeah, Flossie, did you see that? Very weird. When I open my messages, this is what's at the top. And it says your name. I don't know how to get it off. Oh, hold on. So it's got the F, and then it's got Flossie under. I don't know how to start. I don't know how to get it off. So strange. Mikki is like a breath of fresh air. the way that she talks without, I don't know. Like, I just feel like I could ask her anything and she wouldn't be offended, even if it was a stupid question. Because I feel like maybe some of the questions that I would be a little silly, but it's really generally from not understanding. Main character has DID and it's so interesting. It's an older show and was on HBO, I think. Okay, it's called Tara. Okay. I believe it does exist, but many people will use it as an excuse. Yeah. Get the Manuka, honey girl. Eat it up Winnie Pooh style. I'm going to have to do that. Yeah, I think this was a great live. So, okay, someone, thank you. I did get a cash out a while ago. Thank you to who sent that. I appreciate that. I came in during the middle of this live. Was she just watching your stream? She was. She was watching the stream and she was in it. And I made the comment. I said, I don't know if I don't believe in DID. I think it's extreme borderline personality disorder and schizophrenia. And she said, well, I have DID and I do not have schizophrenia. And she was talking in the chat and I asked her to come up and she was so nice to do that. Because if I'm in a stream chit-chatting and somebody asks me to come up, most of them I'm like, So I'm glad that she did. She explained things really well. And she didn't shy away from questions, which I appreciated. Flossie, I was live last night and someone asked, when were you going to come back? Do you want to answer that? Because I told them I didn't know if you would. But you're always welcome. But I told them I didn't know. But I do get asked that from time to time. When is Flossie coming back? So Flossie's here. The $100 question. You coming back, Flossie? What's the deal? I have some videos I need to edit. I'm going to be editing my Siesta Key video recap. I'm going to be editing that. And I have a video about Teen Mom. I got the porcupine in your throat. Matt, got that porcupine in my throat. Lynn, I usually do take the weekend off. I usually do take the weekend off. So I probably will. The one thing that I might do is maybe tomorrow I don't know. Because Love After Lockup came on tonight. So I may do the recap for that tomorrow. Or I may just do it Monday. We'll see. But I have a doctor's appointment Monday. So you guys, I'm desperately trying to get my channel rolling. Like it needs to be rolling. Rolling with the homie. Anyways, what's it? Rolling. Yeah. I may hop on one day soon with her for a bit. Yeah, so we might get Flossie on. Are you suffering from that cottonwood right now? I'm suffering from something. Let me tell y'all, this throat is no joke. So, thank you to everyone that hopped on tonight. We got 90 thumbs up. 90. But we got 148 people in the chat. You guys, let's see if we can get the thumbs up to at least 130 before we get off. Before we get off, go out really quick and hit that thumbs up button. I'm going to wait for you. There's 100. There's 100. I'm going to feel bad if we can't get it up to 130. Like that time Rihanna was like, you guys remember that time Rihanna was like, if this gets retweeted how many times, I'll release my album early. And it didn't get retweeted nowhere near the times that she asked it to. So then she took the tweet down. We're at 114, so we close. Oh, Crystal and Leslie lives in the early days. They were the best. I agree. They were pretty good. So we're at 117. Julia, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate that, girl. Thank you. 117, 118. Angel, I did mine. Thank you guys. 120. If we don't get to 130, I'm not going to feel so bad because we're close, right? Thumbs up for the amazing stream with Mikki. Yes, give Mikki a thumbs up, you guys. We got to give Mikki a thumbs up because that was just so interesting. And you know, like I said earlier before Mikki came on, I had someone comment on my stream that they had it, and I was like, I want to get in touch with that person so I can get them on. Karen said, I had my second Pfizer vaccine yesterday and I'm feeling achy. My arm is feeling so sore. I'm sorry, Karen. I hope it feels better tomorrow or later tonight. Matt's favorite album is Farrah Abraham, My Teenage Dream. And you know you lied, Matt. You know you lied. Moody was a good stream. I'm going to have to cut it short tonight. Well, I've been on for 2 hours, but we had Mikki on, and Mikki has DID, and she really explained it a lot to where it made sense. She answered questions. She was so helpful. She was so nice. So watch the replay, and make sure you guys give it a thumbs up and share it if you want to. Like if you think, oh, somebody on my Twitter may enjoy this video, I'm going to share it. Or if you guys watch any of my videos, anything about Teen Mom or Jersey Shore or whatever, and you think, you know what, my people that I'm friends with on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram might like this, go share it because I'm trying to be YouTube famous. No, but really, I really am. I need to. Farrah sounds like the chipmunk with all the auto-tune. She really does. She really does. I'm at 129. I'm at 130. I show 129. That's okay. I'm gonna get off and I'm gonna like it myself, and that's gonna be 130 if we're not there already. My vaccines were Moderna and sick AF for a week plus. Oh, 130. Yeah, we're at 130. So I know for sure we're gonna get 131. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I keep feeling my head because I keep getting scared. Like, what if I get fever? I don't want to be feverish. Now we know micro bullies aren't pushy toddlers. But that's what I'm going to start calling Kennedy now. When she's bad, I'm going to say, stop being a micro bully. You little micro bully. That's what I'm going to call her. Oh, it's hilarious. Go ahead, girl. Get famous. Then I can say, I knew you from way back. Yes, we go way back, like 4 flats on a Cadillac. All right, you guys. Thank you. I will be doing a live Sunday night. It's going to be a channel member and Patreon stream. And I have some items I'm going to be giving away on that stream that Sunday night. My Siesta Key recap, that will be out either tonight or in the morning. And then I have a Teen Mom video. So you guys be on the lookout for that. Watch them, like them, share them. Do whatever you want to do. A Live with Crystal was my first live. Yes, we need to get her back on. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.